Hello everybody, my name is Cody and welcome back to the Plant Channel. So you're probably wondering, why in the world are you wearing a mask? Well, I'm on my back porch, don't really have to wear a mask, but I want to talk about this mask. This mask was made by one of my good friends on Instagram, and her Instagram name is Wet Plantlets. I will link her below. Her and her mother are making these wonderful masks, and there are different patterns which I'll put up on the screen, and the fun thing about this is they're $6 a piece. 2 masks was $12 and shipping was $4, so $16 gets you 2 masks. They are made with 100% cotton. They have a removable filter like this that goes in the mask. The filter lasts a month and they're machine washable. So please go over and check her out. I will link everything below so you can see what ones she's making. And I ordered 2 of them because I have a feeling when I go back to work, mask will be a kind of a what is the word I'm looking for? Mandatory thing. So, and of course I have started wearing these out in public because I can go out in public now because the state of Missouri opened up on May 4th, which is the day this video is being recorded. I actually went to Walmart today. So let's get those out of the way. So the actual purpose of this video is, in our last video you've seen my birthday haul plants, which is this pink princess right here. There we go, we'll move her closer. So I wanted to take the moss poles, this is the 17.7 inch moss pole that I also unboxed, and repot this pink princess and put her on a moss pole. But before we do that, I wanted to show you 2 more plants that I had gotten for my birthday. One of them I wanted to get done real quick. I have gotten myself finally another Begonia Darth Vaderiana. This came in early last week. I just kind of let it rest and everything before doing anything with it. Shipping, of course, does a little damage to the leaves, so I'm going to remove this leaf and this leaf and try to propagate them. But we have a beautiful brand new leaf right there in the center coming out. And you're probably freaking out because I have this plant outside. It is overcast because it has been storming all day, and the humidity, I'm not kidding you, is 100%. So it's probably actually loving this. So the next plant that I got is this beautiful Philodendron Ridley wide form, and I have been wanting this plant for a very, very long time. I cannot remember the name of the place I got it from. I want to say it's Jan's Platyceriums, but I'm not 100% sure. I will make sure to link that below for you guys to check out. This was $95, I want to say, mounted. Platycerium Ridleys are very hard to get a hold of. I thought about importing one, but they don't import well. They don't ship very well. So let's go ahead, get this out of the way, and go ahead and get started with Pink Princess. So for this project, you are going to need a plant that you are wanting to put on the moss pole. The moss poles that I picked up, or a moss pole that you have made. For these, they came off Amazon, I'll link those below, and a pot, and your potting medium. So I'm using one of my, I changed up stuff so many times, just kind of experimenting. So I'm using one of my potting mixes, which is basically a third perlite, a third all-purpose potting mix, and then a third Turface MVP, because that's what I had on hand. I'm actually almost out of coconut husk, and it's back ordered, so it'll be a little while before I get it. And I have an anthurium that needs to be potted up, and I have been potting those up in half sphagnum, half coconut husk, or just straight coconut husk, and both have been doing wonderful. So let's remove these, and if you are like me, I ship plants, so I save these and I use them when I ship plants out. And if you hear like little cheeps, those are hummingbirds, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hummingbird feeders that you guys can't see behind you, and there's hummingbirds everywhere. I was setting out here the other night. It was not late evening, it was probably around 7 o'clock. And there were so many hummingbirds that I could not count them. So at one point when I could like count some, there was 25. I'd say there's probably 30 to 35 hummingbirds out here. There always is every year because I love hummingbirds. I love hummingbird feeders, so they're always out here on a back deck. So, all right, back to the pink princess. Go ahead and get her out of this pot. Let's see what. And I'm removing some of the soil on this. Great healthy roots. So I'm going to make sure you guys can see, and just filling her back in this pot with this soil. And then what we're gonna do next is the crazy part. We're gonna take this and we're gonna shove it into the soil. And then you're going to take, as I call it, the plant Velcro. This will be linked below for you guys too. Cut you off a piece. And just attach it to the pole. And I want to make sure that I get it to where some of those aerial roots that are coming out are touching that moss. Not that moss, sorry, these are made out of coconut coir, or fiber. And she's on. And I'll just water her in here in a little bit, make sure that stake is settled so we can get that taken care of. And then there's a few other things you all know that I just have on my bench that need to be potted up. A Plum AntiEye cutting. Well, it was a whole plant at one point, but unfortunately it root rotted. That was not my fault, actually. The person I bought it from had it in a horrible mix, and it was actually rotted when it came to me. So, big long story on that. I really don't want to get into it. So, just gonna get that. Let's just restart this because that piece has some great roots, and it has been in a propagation tub for a while, so it's kind of growing wonky. But we got that potted up. Beautiful little Plum AntiEye. I love the ruffly stem. And another thing that I have to pot up is, and you guys probably don't believe me because they don't look it, but this is a Aglaonema pictum tricolor that I imported literally over 6 months ago, and it came to me in horrible shape, lost all its leaves, started to rot. I had to cut it and reroot it. So this thing has been rerooting forever, and it's finally time to get it potted up. So there we go, done. Little Aglaonema pictum tricolor for you all. So I think that wraps up about everything for this video. If you guys really have any questions, feel free to ask me. Comments below, Instagram. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It is a new month, which is May, which means we're going to start, I am going to start doing full tours. So you guys get to see the full tour of the greenhouse. We'll start doing garden tours and stuff like that. So I thank you guys for joining me today, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.